Hey guys, my name's Alex Barham. I'm an ambassador for Mountain Man Outdoor Supply in upstate New York, and we're going to talk about the Delta V. This is a boat that started off as a rehash of the Jefe Grande, and Pat Keller has a great video where he talks a bit about all the design elements that he incorporated into this. But basically, as a third party, we got this boat. And I loved the Jefe. I'll drop a clip in, of me growing up in this thing. It was fantastic. But what we wound up getting is something totally different. Whereas the Jefe was kind of an all-rounder, I really consider the Delta V being a low-water, tight, steep creek, micro creek specialist. You've got this short boat by today's standards. It's 8.6, just like the old Jefe Grande. 88 gallons, which is 2 less than the Jefe Grande, and significantly less than a lot of the other boats that are coming out now, geared towards fitting that 9-foot, 90-plus gallon range, so that it can be a creeker and a racer. At the time, it didn't really make a lot of sense to us why they were doing that. Although now we know that soon, probably in the 19 or 20 season, we will see Liquidlogic drop a 9-foot racer of their own. So when you look at sizing, that kind of tells that story. You've got a 73-gallon small and a 88-gallon medium. I had the opportunity to talk to Pat about this and said, hey man, why did you make 2 small boats? And he said, well, we wanted a small medium and a medium large, but kind of stay to the small side of that. And I was like, yeah, that's called a small and a medium. And he was kind of like, yeah. So think of the boats, of the sizing that way. And, while that does exclude you out of racing, what it does do is it makes tight technical stuff that much easier. Not because you can physically fit in it better, but because you have less stern dragging behind you to tail tap coming off of rocks. So one of the things they incorporated in this boat was a kick rocker like in the Brap. I don't think that really helps how the boat feels coming out of eddy lines or anything like that. It's generally not a quick boat anyway, but what it does do is it gives you extra clearance as you depart off of boofs. So if there was a rock, if this was the rock and you had a thin amount of water and you're trying to boof off without smacking, it helps that. Generally, that's the theme of this boat, though. I find this to be an incredibly well-built, super durable, kind of slower side, so it helps you pick your way through instead of ramming into stuff. Mank boat. And if that's what you're looking for, this is fantastic. My only other comment would be the weight scale that they gave was like, weight range was 165 to 250. No. This boat seems to perform best with paddlers between 175 and 180, and it's very easy to overload this boat and have it be sluggish. So when you go and demo it, definitely demo it, but also bring your pin kit, your rope at, whatever else you usually paddle with or you might expect to paddle with in the Mank, and fully load this boat and check it, make sure it's right. And bear in mind, it's kind of an early aughts style sizing and feel, and it's not the current iteration of go fast boats. So if you judge it by a go fast boat standard, you're not necessarily going to be disappointed, but you're not taking the boat for what it is, which is an absolute make runner. So thanks. Have a good one. Oh man, can you believe I forgot to mention turbo boosters? They don't work. Props to Pat for trying, but if you look at the flat, wide rear sterns of a Nirvana or a Phantom or any of those other boats, that's how you get that load it up, land, and leave. Those pockets would have to be so much bigger to have kind of a wing aerofoil effect to work. That was close.
Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey.